Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everybody. Welcome to Shared Explores. And today, I'm exploring Turkey. Me and my three friends, Sadık, Jay, and Mojo, are here in the Turkish Riviera. We're in the city of Antalya, one of the most visited places in the whole world. And we're here to see what it's like. From beautiful mountains to awesome history, eating honestly some of the best food I've ever had, and overall just having the time of our lives. This holiday is amazing. Everyone is amazing, and I'm filming it to share with all of you. These waves are insane. Oh, he's coming! Oh, these waves are insane. This is an amazing trip. I hope you guys enjoy it. Woo!
Let's go use the toilet.
Pretty early for this one, what have we had? A bit lost now.
Tamamen kapatılmış şekilde muhafaza edilmeleri gerekiyor. Please now make sure that
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, what?
Filming up like this. Oh. How you feeling, Mojo? Yeah.
Yo.
One team, you good?
Yeah, you?
Yeah.
We've been 1-1.
Good?
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, let's ask the squad.
Yo!
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Cool, wait, we are in like Turkey, mate. Like, even the stray dogs out.
It's like in a rural place. Like
Oh yeah.
people.
Oh my god, and there's chicken. That's funny, I completely forgot to turn my microphone on. Spent all this money and I'm not using it. Cool, there's just wild chickens everywhere. Need a few drinks. I think iced tea would be. Grab a few cans of them. Oh, they do the bigger bowls. Take a bigger bowl. Close enough.
Yo.
Still no look. Well, if you guys haven't realised already, welcome to Antalya, Turkey. Not off to a great start, I'm afraid. We kind of got ripped off at the airport, and we've also nearly got ripped off on the taxi here. But we made it, and that's the important thing. Right now it's currently raining, which is what we expect from a sunny holiday like Antalya.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's all good. I think we're going to head to the old town. I think we're going to go a little later in the afternoon when the boys are ready. And then yeah, it's going to be fun. Go on, Sadık. You're in the UK, you're used to walking in the rain.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that mosque. So I have absolutely no idea what we're doing, I'm going to be completely honest with you. We wanted to take a taxi, but I don't know, we didn't feel as if we were very welcome with the taxis, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Just people just trying to mug you off. It puts you off. We're going to attempt, and I say that politely, attempt to try and get the bus and we get the train. If that doesn't work, guess we'll have to try our shot at the taxis again. Which is a bummer, but what can you do? And D's the bus stop. Where's our bus?
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling confident about this.
From the side of the road, guys.
See, I told you the bus would work. We want to go to the old town. I don't know where that is on this. This is pretty cool, yeah. Like, I'm quite glad that we took the train and the bus. The bus was only about 50 lira. How much was that train? About 50 as well. Yeah. So overall, taking us from our Airbnb to the main part of Antalya, it's cost us about what, 100 lira? And we spent 600 on a taxi. This the one? Yeah. Alright, bet. We'll get some cash up. Yeah. Mate, I'm getting a kebab. This is. If I'm not getting a kebab, that's it. This trip sucks. Yeah, literally a 2-minute walk and then job done. Just waiting for these kids to hurry up. Now I really feel like I'm part of the tourist group now. Oh, nice.
Yo, Callum,
You good?
you see the train? You see the car straight there? Train, see?
The trail at the bottom?
Yeah, that goes by, what do you call it?
They haven't changed it, have they?
Yeah.
So it has been crossed by thousands and thousands of years. Probably got cats as well. Look.
So that's the key to
Cut. So yeah, Hadrian's Gate was built in 130 AD to celebrate a Roman emperor named as Hadrian to the town of Antalya. It's the old way of the old town was called Antalya. This place has a lot of cool history, like a lot of cool history about it. 'Cause it's like what? There was like, this place has been invaded by like literally pretty much everyone. Like everyone wanted a piece of Antalya, you know. It's really cool to see it, and there's just so much cool history, which hopefully we'll be able to see a lot more of as the week comes. I remember when I went to Italy and I saw some other sort of Roman cities, and a lot of the stuff was built with marble, but what people don't realise was marble was actually really expensive back then. So if you build something with proper marble, obviously you was known as a pretty rich person. But a lot of people built fake marble. So what marble is, what they'll do is they'll paint over red terracotta, and in some of these historic places, you can actually see that where they've had red terracotta, and then some people have painted over it to pretend it looks like marble. But from the looks of things, this is real marble. These old style buildings are so cool.
This is like an Ottoman style, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, oh, these are like old Ottoman houses. Oh yeah, you can't be wearing. This place is quite a famous old mosque. Not really done my research much on the mosques around here though. I think Sadek has though. So how come you have to take your shoes off? Is it just a sign of respect?
This is, you cannot enter, like, because your shoes is dirty. This is like,
you've got to be clean.
You need to be clean and hygienic. You can't just go to the foot.
Oh wow. God, look at these chandeliers. See how it's see-through? This is so you can see what's underneath. Archaeologists have dug up the entire bit so you can, and they've made a little glass bit so you can see all the remains of the real mosque. That's so cool. We're going to try and Adana kebab.
We need kebab.
But Mojo and Jay have decided to get some pizza.
Pizza!
Oh well, what can you do? But look, we're going to try something authentic. Hopefully it's authentic. That's what they said online. And yeah, it's going to be good. Another mosque.
Yeah.
This is what? Another Ottoman Empire mosque?
Yeah.
Nice. Look at that. No, I'm okay, boss. Thank you. It's okay, boss. Thank you. Damn, they're quite relentless here, you know? Like a bang! Straight like there with the guns. That's really good.
Is it?
What do you think?
Yeah.
That was absolutely delicious. I rate that. Shame it wasn't a doner kebab. It's not an authentic doner kebab. I just ended up just pretty much getting meat on a plate. That's probably what they said. But there it is. If you fancy having a gander. Oh, look at that monument. I like that.
It's Atatürk.
Who?
Atatürk, I think.
Oh, the old president.
Yeah, I believe.
Oh, look at the old tram. I love that. That's cool.
Getting you to the best barber shop.
The best barber shop in Turkey, yeah. That massive hole in the wall. Well, I got a haircut. I'll wash it all off when I get back home, but not too shabby. Been pretty expensive, but I think for what he did, I think it was kind of worth it. We'll go back to the old town, and I think we're just gonna chill and celebrate my birthday, which is in what's time now? It's been like what, 4 or 5 hours time? I can't wait. I can't wait.
It's what I do.
Remember if they pay you.
What's it say?
This way.
Someone's setting a flare off over there. The football's definitely on tonight. There's the stray dog we saw before. A lot of stray cats and dogs here. A lot more than I thought there'd be. Right, so tonight we're going to get quite drunk and we're going to have a really good time. So because of that, I'm going to put the camera down because it's quite expensive bit of a kit this, and I don't want to lose it. So yeah, we're basically taking all our stuff back to the hotel, the Airbnb, and then we're coming back. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow if I'm still alive. Oh man. Whew. Oh, forgot my microphone. Oh god, what a night. Oh, I can barely talk. Yeah, I got pretty heavy last night. But yeah, I am now officially 25. Bit crazy, isn't it? That, you know, I'm now closer to 30 than I am 20. You know, it just got me thinking, you know, better do what I can while I've still got the life in me, really. You know, simple as that. So, yeah, you know, I'm probably going to do a lot more of this. So, if you enjoy it, please ensure that you hit that like button and subscribe. It means a lot. It means a lot. But today is just going to be a chill one. I've got nothing planned. If we do something, I'll film you guys. But tomorrow, we're off to an island trip, which is going to be really, really cool. I'm going to film quite a lot for that. But yeah, today, just going to chill, and then, yeah, probably catch you guys maybe tomorrow. Oh, right, team. So, it's been a little bit of an interesting day, this. So, the Airbnb host came up to us and basically said, you got to pack up your stuff and move to the other house, which is only around the corner. But I don't know, that seems a bit weird. I don't know, you know, I feel like he's sort of, I know that, you know, you get the Airbnbs and, you know, the places in booking.com where you're actually like, you know, you're attached to the house that they're living in, which is fine, fair enough. You know, that's understandable, but, you know, you can't help but, like, with this Airbnb, like, there's a feeling where like, you don't kind of feel like you have that sort of privacy, if that makes sense. I mean, he's very respectful, don't get me wrong, like, you know, knocks on the door. He hasn't just waltzed in without, you know, telling anybody or anything like that, but I just find it a bit weird that all of a sudden we've been told to move to a different place. The Airbnb here is pretty good so far. Beds are really comfortable. These beds are much comfortable. I feel like with this is a bit more of an upgrade, so I'm not overly complaining. It's just one of those things that I want to kind of keep on the back of my mind, like, why did we need to do that? Right now it's about 7 p.m, 8 p.m, you know, I've done nothing. I've just laid on this bed and that's all I've done. That's literally all I've done. I've been recovering. It was a wild night last night, you know. I think I got a little bit loud. Just a little bit. Hey, look, it was my birthday. You know, it's one of those things that I wanna do. But yeah, tomorrow we're up very early. We've got a big excursion to go on. We're going to, is it Sulala Island? I think that's how you pronounce it. Probably got it completely wrong. We're gonna go to that island. We're probably gonna spend the whole day there, and it's gonna be good fun. But for now, we're getting a barbecue on the go. So yeah, hopefully that'll be pretty good. I'll try and film some of that if I can. And yeah, it'll be awesome. That's a fire. Where'd you get the stick from? Oh, you got it from the brew. Looks good. Cool, we've got so much meat.
Yeah, it's big. Like,
He bought loads.
Yeah, like jerky, you just snake it like that. I'm gonna be 200 kilos after this. Oh, good stuff.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Nice and dry.
Thank you, brother.
look at them.
It's this guy.
What do you think, Jay?
Oh, it's fire. Bro, it's cool.
Overall, pretty decent so far, I think. Guy's been a pretty decent driver. Well, for it being Turkey, he's a pretty decent driver. But we're just here for 20 minutes, having a little chat, a little break. And then I think it's probably another like what, 40-minute ride to the spot. Yeah, hopefully the weather keeps up because it's going to be sunny all day, but it's going to be windy, which is going to drop the temperature down by a lot. Like, I'm in shorts and t-shirts and I'm feeling a little bit cold already, so trying to stay as close to the sun as much as I possibly can. But yeah, I hope this is going to be good. Let's wait and see.
They say we're gonna freeze today. Put on my Popeye jacket.
What do you guys think?
What? This is so cool.
He doesn't like the water.
Man, I'm black.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
Yeah.
You're all about to witness the beach. This is a cool beach in itself though, think about it. I wonder where the island is. It must be like over there.
Go take a picture.
So why didn't you say anything all this time? Because you were too busy chasing me. You never said anything.
It's a little bit cold. Just a wee bit chilly.
Yeah.
Oh, the sun. Yay! Yay!
Big man.
Over there.
Mojo's having the time of his life.
You know what I am? Look at this. Goosebumps. I have goosebumps. Why would I play this song, Jay?
Give us a dance, Jay.
Why are you playing this song? That's fine.
That's one of them. That's probably the last one we go to. Oh! Whoa! Okay. Got a power in his head. I think I'll jump on the next one.
Yo, boys.
Put your bag.
Oh, is he jumping?
I'm jumping. Yeah.
He's jumping. Go on then.
Yeah.
The floor's all yours. Jump. Hang on. Go.
It's cold. I'm sure.
You'll be fine.
What's deep?
I don't know how to swim.
What?
Not that good.
I did it!
You're more, but
Bruh. The weather conditions are pretty bad. The waves are really choppy, so we're going to leave a bit earlier than I thought. Shame really, actually was genuinely going to jump, but oh well. I'll jump on the next one.
Okay, easy. But if you have flip-flops now, if you don't get any girlfriend, you drink this water. Aaron. If you don't get pregnant, you drink this water, twins. Yeah.
Bro, he's the man.
You excited for this next island?
Of course, my guy, I am.
You excited?
Bobby?
He's sleeping, man. He's had enough.
I'm gonna rate it out of 10. 6, 7.
Go on, Jay.
Only
I got you.
Whiteness, brother.
1 second. Nice.
Go on, Jay.
Let's do this.
Go on, Jay. Woo! Yes! Right,
Go.
here we go. Right, ready?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump off.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Yo, got him. Woo! Hey.
It's a bit chilly. Right, should we keep exploring? Go on, let's have a gander. I want to test out this holy water. Apparently the tour guide said that some of these rock cliffs have some water and it's called holy water, and apparently if you drink it it's good luck, so I want to have a look. You hopping like a penguin?
Yeah, we always believe so.
Well, it's quite dirty. I don't think we can actually get to it. Can we? Should we try another one? There's got to be another one. I can see it just over there, but I am not. Yeah, I can't go over there, even if I wanted to. That's a shame. No blessing for me. But oh well.
What?
Enjoying yourself?
This is what Mediterranean Sea is like.
Yeah, this is lovely, isn't it? Mediterranean Sea. I keep forgetting how much our hatred for pebble beaches are. It's not that bad, but let's face it, sand is better. Even though sand gets you for you all the time, it is better. Gotta swim back. Cold?
Das hier.
I'm freezing. Well, they called us for lunch, so I'm gonna go grab lunch and then wait and see what happens next. There's lunch. You had it, Sadie, is it good?
Yeah, it's alright.
Is it edible?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah? Good. Not bad. Did you find that?
The food was good. The trip
What do you think, Sadie?
was alright.
What about you, Jay?
It was nice, man.
See?
He's
Why
lying.
can you be happy?
He's lying.
Why can you be happy like him?
Look at him. He's shy. You just exposed him.
Tomorrow we should go on another one like this.
A lot of trash over there. This is definitely not one of their main beaches. There's a cool cave over here you can jump off of and do cool stuff on there. I think we're all a bit islanded out. Trying Turkish tea for the first time. Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm with Gustavo.
It's good.
I'm drinking beyond the sea. That's all I want to say.
Exactly, man.
That's all I want to say.
Sea beer.
I feel like much is
It's Carlsberg. You gotta promote
You gotta promote our promotion, yeah. Promotion to promote the
Carlsberg.
Carlsberg.
it's a tad cold.
It's a tad bit chilly. It's just a tad bit. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That's no Well, that was the end of that.
I don't understand, but actually, when the kid gets older, right?
So So we wanted to get dropped off at the mall, but we got dropped off at the wrong one. Regardless though, we'll head in, have a look. Pretty decent prices for all this stuff. Wish we had these prices back home. Get yourself a camping chair, man.
I'll buy it when I go home.
Ah, how much is the Stella here?
This looks like the cheapest. Genuine giraffe. That's £2.
This is supposed to be the main sort of beer, and it does look to be one of the cheapest. This is not the cheapest. This malt lager here, that's probably the same as you'd pay at the bar. For your spirits, all the spirits are roughly the same price as back home. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If not, maybe even more expensive. I think it's only the beers that are cheaper. Maybe wine? Oh, no, I think it's roughly the same. Got the essentials.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. My mission is to find and eat every single McDonald's in the world. Just did Qatar, now I'm going to do Turkey. So, nothing over the top, but I did get something new. Double kofte burger. This will be interesting to see. And then some wings. I'll be interested to see how that goes. Oh no! Right, first time trying Turkish McDonald's. It's a little bit, it's lost its heat now because obviously I just took it home, but well, I give it a go. Bit of ketchup. The chips are better than, those chips are actually really good. Need a bit of salt, but they're actually really, really good. Just tastes like an average breaded hot wing. There's nothing special about it. I prefer KFC's hot wings. Let's try this. Double kofta burger. Let's give this a try. There's some unique spices to it. A little bit like kofta. Not the same, but you can taste the different spices in that. It's good. And last but certainly not least, the chicken nugget. Meh. I think the ones in the UK are better. Completely forgot to use my microphone. Spent all his money on it and I just decided not to use it. That was a pretty decent excursion. I actually really enjoyed that. I think that whole experience was really good. I mean, it was one of the number one things to do here, according to TripAdvisor, and I thought, I'd give it a go. I think in terms of, for what you get for the price, I think it was actually pretty good. I think it was about €35, I think, for the whole trip, food included, and transportation there and back. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I would recommend that. I wouldn't recommend probably doing it again. I think that's sort of a thing that you should just do once and then, brush it off. But as of now, we haven't really got much left that we want to do tonight. I think we just want to sort of chill and relax, especially after all that swimming and all that jazz. So, yeah, I mean, if something happens, I'll record it. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, good morning, everyone. It is currently, I think it's about 11:45. Yeah, we slept. I slept really, really well. Today is quite a chill day because we've got another big excursion planned tomorrow. So we're going to go to explore some waterfalls, and then we'll probably go to the shop and hopefully do some shopping. It's going to be good. Much more sunnier today, isn't it?
Yeah, sun is out. Bright smiles.
It feels like we're in Turkey for what it is. Heat. Well, no, but 50 lira is like the same as the bus. Just to get in here. That's not bad. What's this? I have no idea. Oh, it's another mosque. Ah, right. Yeah. I think this is just a replica. I wonder if what happened to the real one. So this was a place where they would press olives. That round thing there, yeah? Or was it? It looks the same as what they used to grind wheat with. It's like the same sort of system, isn't it? Grinding wheel. They push the grinding wheel and then they
need to like squeeze the
yeah.
oil
From the olive, yeah. So all of these were remains of it, and then but these were dated back to the Roman period. That's pretty cool. What the? Have you got your swimming shorts on? Cool, yeah. Mind your head. Wow. This is pretty sick. Love to see all the trash. I didn't see him, but it doesn't sound like they're getting disturbed. I see why this was worth 50 lira. That was it?
Yes, sir.
What do you think of that?
It was okay.
Very bright out. Got the sunglasses on. Right, let's go to the lower part of the waterfall. This is really, really cool. I much prefer this over to the upper part of it. Gorgeous view as well, overlooking the mountains as well. That's awesome. That is sick. So this falls from the River Duden, but the interesting thing about the river is the majority of it's underground, so you can't really see much of it. There's only two parts to it that you can actually see, which is the upper and lower part of it. But this was way better than the upper one. Take a boat tour, look. I was thinking about this, but I don't know. I feel like coming here was a little bit, I don't know, a bit better. Maybe I might regret that though.
Let me zoom it.
That is really pretty. Join us, Jay?
Yeah, this is good.
What do you think, Sadik?
Yeah. This is an upgrade from like the last one. This is an upgrade. Honestly.
Oh yes.
Way
Yeah.
better.
That's what I also heard. Like, I looked it up in social media, like Google, Reddit. Most people say that the upper one is way too overrated, and this one, the lower one, is actually what's impressive to me. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Take me a picture of that. I like it.
Of the kitty cat.
Yeah.
I think we've come to probably the most touristy place in all of Antalya, Turkey. To be fair to you, behind us is Lara Beach, and that is what I've said, like that is where the main sort of touristy area is, so it's to be expected. So the plan is to walk the other side of Lara Beach. Hopefully we'll find something a little bit more localized and Turkish. Hello. Hi. And they got it in English. Okay. It's meant to be quite a high rated place, so.
Got an English.
Yeah.
Where's that?
This is the English one. This looks really good. Smells good as well. Yeah, I think you're supposed to do this.
What?
So you put like put the vegetables on top, and then you wrap it around. Oi.
I'm
gonna give it a try. I'll try one of your thing, and you can try mine.
No stuff.
Defeated. I am defeated. That was amazing. What do you think of that, Sadik?
That was noise.
That was noise.
Turkish delight.
Yeah, we want to go for it.
Mate, that food was amazing. Oh man, that was so good. That bhajan's really, really nice. But I much preferred that pita bread that my friends got better. And that dessert we got as well was also really, really good. I think it's knefe, but it's like a sort of separate version of it. It was really nice. I think now we're just gonna have a quick walk around. I think we might go to a beach. We're not 100% sure what we're doing yet.
Yo.
I just got off the bus. That bus driver could not drive for shit.
Yeah, you can't drive.
That was horrible, man.
That was terrible.
Mate, I felt bad for everyone on that bus, man. Some people were getting ragged about like a rag doll.
Did you hear how he shouted at that old lady?
Did he?
Yeah, he was cooking out that old lady the whole time.
That's horrible, man. What a rude bus driver. Right, we're going to attempt the old bazaar. I want to buy 3 things. Fridge magnet, a Nike t-shirt, and a Gucci handbag. I'm going to give all that a go. Hopefully I can haggle them down to a decent price. I'm attempting to get a Gucci handbag. Let's attempt it. Right, you wanted 40 euros for that.
What?
40 euros. Dang. I need a fridge magnet there. I need a fridge magnet. Right, I haggled it down to 1.8. Still not a good price, but better than nothing.
How much did you get?
1.8.
Oh yeah, that's a win. That's a win.
He got it for 1.8. He was like, I do this very low. This is like the lowest price I give.
What was the
other guy offered 3,000 for it. They both said like the same thing.
You got your wish.
Exactly. I got what I wanted. I got what I wanted. How's the tea?
Fire. Like literally.
Oh yeah. That blew my mouth off. But I'm telling you, man, that mango tea. Oh. Thought I'd buy a few. This is the marina. Oh, this is very nice. Oh, that's a good view of the mountains over there. Let's go have a look.
So they drink the tea.
I hope that works. I haven't been filming in 4K. Whoops.
Let's go.
Well, I got what I wanted. Very nice little walk around. Finished off at the mall. Yeah, a bit of my last of the shopping. Get some gifts for the family. And then back home. Well, that's nice. I'm a big Adidas fan, so I want to get something Adidas before I leave. Everything's so expensive though, wow. I don't fake out in Adidas. Only Nike stuff. Had a cool pair of trousers. Alright, got what I wanted. Got my Adidas trousers. I got some chocolate for my parents. And Jay got us a lot of stuff for tonight. Apparently the power's gone down again, but hopefully it comes back on when we go back to the Airbnb. Oh, can you even see a thing on this camera? Well done, Sadek. That was a perfect trip. And that cost us what? 100 lira? Alright, there we go. I keep forgetting to use the microphone. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. When I went to the bazaar, I didn't use it. I didn't want them to think I'm some kind of, I don't know. They didn't want to think of some kind of vlogger or something. I don't know. I don't want them getting that sort of advantage. But this place is a bit more expensive than I intended for it to be. The public transport there is really good. I'll give it that for the time being. You know, we're pretty much halfway through the trip now, and you know, I've been enjoying it so far. I hope that everyone else downstairs has also been enjoying it too. I'll also get their opinion probably at the end of the trip. But yeah, no, I mean, overall, today was really sick. I really enjoyed that. That harbour was sick. That was a really nice harbour. I strongly recommend seeing that if you can. Tomorrow's going to be an even better trip. We're going to go on a trip, see some old ruins, old Roman ruins. We're going to see the largest amphitheatre in the world. But yeah, it's going to be a big trip. It's going to be good. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Alright, this is my lifesaver. Yeah, welcome to Mediterranean. This is how we save our lives. So in 3rd century after Jesus, Perge had a golden era.
having a queen, a famous queen, called as Blanquia Magna. Maybe being a queen, but not actually doing the queen job, like not the managing the country. Maybe you just had a title, like a paper title, but somebody else is doing everything. But Blanquia Magna was the one doing everything herself. Instead of getting money, like taxes from people to build new buildings into city. No, Blanquia Magna was doing everything from her own pocket money. She had money already. But to keep her honor, to honor the queen, they built the monumental grave. And during the official meetings, before entering and accepted into the city, everybody needed to show their respect and, let's say, feelings for the queen, and then we were accepted into the city. And impressive, because everything is made by marble and covered by marble. Everything used to look shiny, white and impressive. So we need to clean ourselves first. But how to control water? Yeah, we're gonna visit the hammam complex. But how to control water without pumps, hydraulic systems or electricity? We need to use the natural pressure. Nature, anything about nature. We need to bring water from the mountains, from the stream or river, but how to control the pressure? Because if we directly bring the water with just straight way, imagine it will just flush everywhere, so like splash everywhere. Designs, we call them arches, aqueducts or waterways to control the water pressure and to release the water into the water canals through the city. We had 3 different layers: colder, warmer and hotter rooms. Frigidarium, Frigidarium means like frio, fridge, freeze, the coldest part. Then tepidarium comes, being in the middle. Then caldarium comes with caldera, from hell. So just like hell, that's the fireplace, and that becomes the hottest part of the building. All right, double Hellenistic towers. Yeah, twin towers. Before the invention of aircraft, we are in Agora, the center of everything, the center of social life. Just like Times in New York, or Taksim in Istanbul, Trafalgar in London, or here in Antalya we have Republic Square. Any kind of social thing might start in here. If the management of the city needs an announcement for the people, they do it here. If you're showing your talent for the official people, you do it here. Or challenging your friends to play some games, sports or poetry, to sing for people, anything, you do it here. That's the reason we have some steps to let people sit down and enjoy their time by watching them as well. But imagine this is Mediterranean. Maybe 2 years ago, I was just here somewhere holding my sunglasses like this in the middle of July. It was 47 Celsius, but the stick was still in my hand, but the rest just fell down.
No.
It was molten.
No.
Welcome to Mediterranean sunlight. So it's not for beginners. That's the reason we need to have some waterways around Agora to let people cool down themselves in case of hot weather. So water is the most important thing to survive. That's the reason we need to see that everywhere if we have a well-developed city like this. But in this hot climate, how to keep meat products? Meat becomes poisonous if you cannot keep it fresh. That's the reason we need to dry and salt them to eat them properly.
What I'm walking along is currently the big main street of this beautiful city. If I turn the camera around, you can see how big this street is. Obviously this street was massive because it was used to walk pedestrians and vehicles across. In the middle here was this massive flow of water, and it would be used to go all the way down to the bottom and either used to cool down, you know, the Frigadon over there and the marketplace over there. I think was it called Agora? I think that's what the tour guide said. But this place is massive. It's really cool to see. Apparently at the end there's this really cool fountain and we're going to have a look at. I'm now walking along basically the original part of the city. This place goes back a long time ago, and this place I'm standing on also dates back to around the Bronze Age. It was only up until obviously when we go further down is when the expansion of the Roman Empire was, which again is really cool to look at. But unfortunately I'm running out of film, so I'll probably see you guys when we're on the next bit.
Name it. No. Come on. Greek and Roman at the same time. That's it. Greco-Roman. Greco-Roman wrestling style. Greco-Roman theater buildings. Greco-Roman architectural styles means the mixture. Just because people used to live on the same territories and affected each other. In Europe, we generally joke that Greeks find out something and Romans make it famous and make money. Why not? How to sit down here? Having a ticket doesn't mean you can sit anywhere you want. It depends on title and money, of course. Everybody gets ready. Time to start the show, but it's not starting. Everybody's ready. What to do? We need to wait for the highest titled man. This VIP sofa, there's another one. They should be just in the middle, in the front side. After everybody gets ready, we need to wait for that guy. He comes, welcomes everybody. Like the king. Welcomes everybody. Sits down. Have some girls, of course, have some kiss. And some wine, fruits. Whenever he feels ready, then you can start the show.
This place is amazing. But oh god, every time they talk from the bottom, you can just hear it all the way from up here. It's so crazy how interesting this the technology was back then. Obviously that's why they have it all sloped up like this, so you can hear them much clearer. Sort of sound travels sort of outwards. I forgot how it's done, but it's really magnificent to listen and understand. What do you think, man?
Oh, yeah, it's good, man. Top notch, top notch. I don't know what to say though.
I think it's crazy that every time they like laugh, you can just like hear it like all the way up here, like the same sound.
So if I yell now, I'm like,
yeah. You'll go, people of the world, and it's just you can just hear it, like really clearly as well. It's really sick. Hey Jay, what do you think?
Oh, this is beautiful. I love the theater. Look at me. I feel like I'm with the Greek gods. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, Sadat, what do you think? Ah, this is awesome. This must be where the VIP or like the really important person sat down. Must have sat over there, and then when they cut this down, are you ready to go? That's cool. All right, time for some lunch. Well, just an appetizer. Ooh, that's like a cheese stick, that's nice.
Is it good?
Very nice. Right, we're off to see the waterfalls. This place looks awesome. Wow, what a place. The water here is actually really, really deep. It's also leveling up quite massively. Some of the places you can't even enter here because the water has risen so much. The tour guide said that last week. I was actually flooded all the way up to the entrance. That's how bad it was. Even now, like you can see, there's some bits that are still covered in water. This water is supposed to be cold. Let's try it. Oh, that's super cold. I bet after a hot day in the sun, that's all you need. That was what the tour guide was saying. But yeah, this is really nice. Sadat, what do you think? Awesome, isn't it? Mate, that water is cold. Very nice. Very nice. Oh. Wave, guys. Wave. Oh, yay! Wait. Oh, nearly.
See, the city had 3 different harbors.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. For navy, for safety and business. Ah, nice. That's the reason Side had some more stories compared to other cities we visited today. A nice archaeological site.
We're still digging to
So
this
how
day.
to understand that? You know, something like
girls are just like cars, to say in Turkish. If you ride it, you need to enjoy.
Right. Aha, I see.
Here, just by the coast, we have huge temples, which is actually weird, because normally temples were mostly take place in the central parts, or like protected areas, or holy districts of the cities, or maybe upper cities like acropolises. But here, just by the seaside. So according to legendary stories of Side, what could be the biggest problem here? They have a good economy, but that's a Mediterranean city. Pirates. Shortly. Pirates.
Earthquake.
Yeah, of course, they have earthquakes, of course. But the biggest problem were the pirates. Maybe every day. So, you can stop anybody but not the pirates, because they find a way. So, stories say that one day they decided to build the largest, the most gorgeous, and the shiniest temples to give the message. We are protected by the gods, we are powerful and dangerous city. So better to be careful, stay away. We don't know if it worked or not, but we have a story like that. Because we don't have actually proper temples by the seaside like this, around Mediterranean especially.
And that was it. That was the end of his speeches. Let's go have a look around the rest of this place. Another beautiful dig site. Look at this. I wonder what that was. Might have been the old Roman baths. I think the sign's over there, so if I can go around. Mate, I can't believe they're still digging to this day. I think that's just wild. Don't even know I'm supposed to be doing this. There's no sign saying I can't. Check that out, that must be one of the pipes. Water must have flown through this. Must have been a sewer system. Well, I found the baths. Oh yeah. This must be it. It said on one of the plaques that there used to be remains of an old olive oil factory here. So this must have been the mill where they grounded it. I guess it was either part of the factory or part of the baths, I'm not too sure. Some more stuff underneath. This could either have been an underground system or the actual excavation actually building was here and it must have been built further up, I'm not too sure. This is why you get a local guide. Usually they know everything. I love this. I just love the background, the mountains in the distance. There's your all-inclusive resorts. Well, I'm on holiday. Time for some day drinking.
See you guys later, okay? Vámonos, amigo.
This is sick. Just whacked my tooth. 330 lira for this. Damn. The soberest man in Antalya, this guy. Is that his hat?
Yeah.
I thought you bought that hat. That's brilliant.
You guys are Romanian, right?
Yeah.
So you also look gazelle even.
No, you know.
That's not right. Is that Turkish?
Yeah, that was.
Got some snacks. I have no idea what this is. I've never had this before. Let's try it.
I knew you guys got snacks. What do you get?
I don't know what on earth this is. It's like a shortbread.
I'll get some.
I think this is shortbread.
I'll get some.
He just couldn't cut the
test.
He just couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't.
You gonna get your stuff?
I'm starving, man.
He's starving.
Hell, man. After that fantastic day, I want beer. And I had mojitos. You know, man.
That was good beer.
I had strawberry mojito.
Nah, I love the mojito. That mojito was good. I wish I had that. Mojito. Teşekkürler. So hungry. Thank God that. Mustafa! Woo! Number one, you? Good. Woo! Right. Let's try this food out. Right. Water. Pickles. Ugh. I don't like pickles. Mayo, and I think that's ketchup. It's a mayonnaise. So overall, this was. I can't remember. Well, I know the conversion rate is about £13.50. Similar to what I'd probably be paying back in England. Let's try it. It's good. Chicken isn't crispy, but still good. Try the tenders. Pretty decent. Tenders are pretty crispy. Nice. I'm gonna finish off this food. I don't have much film left on this camera, so I need to save it for tomorrow. So I'm gonna put the camera down, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, team. Today we are going to the beach, and then probably go to a club, as this is our last full day here in the beautiful Antalya, Turkey. The beach we're going to is Kaleiçi, I believe, or Lara. We're still debating on which one to go to, but I do want to go. I personally want to go Lara because it's a sandy beach, but again, I have heard Kaleiçi is much better, so we'll think about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but yeah, let's go.
And I wanted to spend the day with Mustafa.
Yeah.
Are you alright?
Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the wave. This place looked really weird to begin with. Like there was just like a bunch of fences and barbed wire everywhere. It looked like a military zone. But no, this is really nice. Should we head in?
Hey, set up!
Go on. Go on. Oh!
Look at the beach, boys. It's cold.
Oh yeah, fam. Are you going in? You going in?
Yeah, I'm going in.
Oh.
Is that an onion? Bruh? What the fuck? That's funny. That's a beautiful beach. This is gold. These waves are really choppy.
How is it, bro?
It's like the UK. Oh! Woo!
Bro, it's freezing.
Oh.
Come in, man.
It's hot. It's cold.
Sacrifice your life for this.
It's just a wee bit chilly. This is pretty much smack bang what a beach feels like in the UK. I don't know why. I don't want to go in. I think I'm in that mood where I believe that everything's meant to be a bit warmer than this. Oh well.
That's fear. We're gonna prove a point. Cool.
Do what? Let's go. You enjoying your time?
Of course, the sun is marvelous. The beach is good. Come back.
What about you, Sadek? Yeah, that's all we needed today. Mate, you just bought out the entire thing. The 11. Come on.
Hey, fun fact is, Jay just bought out, what do you call this?
Mussels.
There was this dude selling all this. Well, delicious, bro. Delicious. And Jay said, you know what, bro? I give you 500 for the whole bag.
It's time for Africa.
I'm coming! Oh my god! I find my. Whoa! Good one!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the end of our lovely trip to Antalya, Turkey. I know this isn't our last day, but unfortunately my camera's about to run out of storage, so this is the it for us. What a beautiful trip this has been. We made some amazing memories, and we've got loads of pictures that'll stay with us forever. I hope you guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, but I'm gonna head back and I'll give you my full review when I'm back home. Take care, team. I'll see you when I'm back. Ooh. And relax. So you joined me a good few months now after the trip. A lot's gone on, you know, it's been the summertime, there's been a lot of, you know, stuff that I've been wanting to do throughout the summer, and, you know, because of that, it's taken a long time for me to finally finish and edit this video. Kind of sucks, I know, but, you know, I got a life. Unfortunately, you know, I got a full-time job. I can't always accommodate time to make videos, but still, I'm still making videos, and I think that's probably the most important thing. But yeah, Turkey. Wow, what a trip. I really, 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 really enjoyed Turkey. I think that was probably, personally, I mean, I'll talk about the ratings and this and that, you know, a little later, but I do feel as if that was probably one of the better trips I've been on. But, you know, I'll talk, you know, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the rating and all that now, but I just, yeah, I feel like I really did a good job with that trip. You know, I think I did a really good job with it. There were a few problems, a few little knickknacks and things that I'm definitely going to try and improve on when we go on later trips. But I think, you know, I feel like I did a pretty good job with that trip. But that's just my personal opinion. But hey, look, we'll go on to the review. I've got some notes. I've got some on my phone here, and we'll just go through them. So, you know, if you're not familiar with this, all I like to do, I like to sort of separate all my ratings into 5 different categories. I'll put it that way. And then I'll do like an overall rating at the end. I'll go through each one, you know, in order. So the first thing I want to talk about is the hotel / Airbnb. So we stayed in an Airbnb. We stayed at a house pretty much. We stayed in a connecting house, which obviously both were private. Picture a little bit like a semi-detached house in the UK, basically. That's what it was. I felt it was really good, like really good. All 4 of us had our own bedrooms. There was a swimming pool, which was heated, which was nice. The host was really good. I personally did enjoy the host. You know, he didn't speak much English. We didn't really speak any English at all, to be completely honest with you. But overall, he was pretty cool. I mean, he took us to a nightclub. I'll talk a little bit about the nightclub a little later. He also cooked us a breakfast in the morning, because I really wanted to try some Turkish breakfast. And yeah, that was really good. Really, really good. I really rate that. Yeah, he was a really decent host. Really decent host. The house itself was a little bit, I don't know how to describe it. You know, like when you go into like a house and you know it's cheap, you know it's been built quite cheaply. That's how I would describe that house. There, in one of the toilets, there was a leak coming from one of the pipes, and it ended up going into the living room. So as we were, you know, doing our business, it was leaking down into the floor, and yeah, it was pretty. That was probably the nastiest thing that we had there. You know, there was also some, like, you know, the little nicks and knacks of things that you sort of see. You know, like lights that are sort of hanging out. You know, a bit of the walls were chipped. You know, there was, you know, the toilet sometimes didn't work. We also had power cuts as well, which I was quite shocked about. I did not expect to get a power cut at all. Second thing I didn't like about the place was the location. I think, you know, again, you can boil it down to my fault, because obviously I booked it and I knew where the location was because it showed it to me. But still, you know, it did affect us. You know, it wasn't a major problem. I mean, you know, we took the bus and we took the train there, and, you know, we did it back as well. It wasn't a terrible thing, but at the same time, you know, as you know, young people who don't really like to manage their time very well, you know, and you know, you miss your buses and you miss your trains and things like that. You know, it can start to be a little bit get a little bit out of hand. So if I was to do anything differently, I would definitely stay at an all-inclusive hotel. I would have just got a package holiday. They would have been cheaper, and to be honest with you, you probably would have gotten a bit of a better experience, because one of the biggest problems we had was both tours that I booked. I booked 2 tours, and both tours I couldn't get picked up, you know, from the Airbnb, obviously. Luckily, we were able to get picked up from a hotel, you know, just around the corner from it, really, which was pretty good. But yeah, next time I just do an all-inclusive hotel and just book it, you know, and just do it then. Antalya is one of them places where that's what you do. You know, which is quite unfortunate, but still, it's not a terrible thing. You know, I don't think there's anything bad about getting an all-inclusive resort, especially since, you know, I've seen them relatively cheap on some websites. But yeah, if I was to do something differently, I wouldn't have stuck with an Airbnb. I would have just gone straight to an all-inclusive hotel, and you know, would have done it that way, mainly because it would have been cheaper, and you probably would have gone a semi-better experience. But you know, it was nice to have that sort of privacy, you know, away. I felt like I was really in Turkey. Like I was like in Turkey, you know, like what it really is, and what it really, like, you know, what Turkey genuinely looks like. But again, it did affect the holiday experience. So for that, I am going to rate the Airbnb/hotel a 3 out of 5. Like not bad, not great. Host was amazing. The house was, you know, it was out of the way in a little bit here, in terms of quality, but yeah, I'll rate it a 3 out of 5. The second thing I want to talk about is the food. I felt like I did a much better job with trying to really take in what Turkish food is, than I did when I went to Qatar. A lot of the stuff I ate in Qatar was all junk food, or, you know, just it was just fast food and stuff that you just wouldn't, you know, if you want to see a country for what it is, you don't just go and eat their fast food. Some people don't even class it as their fast food, you know, American fast food even, you know. And I get that, I really do. Qatar, it was quite difficult to try and find an actual authentic Qatari restaurant. I felt that way, at least that's how I felt. You know, again, I didn't really do much research on the food because, well, Qatar isn't really known for food, really. However, in Turkey, there is a really good sort of emphasis on their food. Obviously, you know, when you're there, you got to have a kebab. It's one of the main things they do. I think Turkey do the best kebabs ever. I think that's my opinion. The shawarma we had in Qatar was Turkish. This is what I mean when I say that Turkish food has just been so good for us. We had that. I really wanted to try a doner kebab, but I couldn't. You know, I thought the restaurant we were going to served it, but they didn't. So I ended up getting like this. I don't know what they called it, but it was basically just like just like bread, meat, and some veg. But that was so good. That meat was like tender, and wow, that was really, really good stuff. And then the lahmacun I had, that was really nice. The pide as well that my friends got, you know, we shared a bit of each other's food, and that was also really, really nice. The breakfast we had with Mustafa was probably the highlight of it all. I mean, we had this, it was like a giant, it was just like a mini feast in a way. All these different plates you can have. You know, they had their Turkish bread, and you know, you dip it in what they called it menemen. It's a little bit like shashuka, if you've ever heard of it. It's basically like an egg dish, and you just pick it up with some bread and you eat it with your hands, right? We also had a bit of what was called, I think it was called kuymak. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'll leave it on the screen. But that was super nice. It was like a really, really stringy cheese. You know, you eat it hot, and wow, that was honestly super, super good. And they also laid out like some, like, I think it was like some cherries, or like a cherry jam or something like that, and like you know, some like cream. I don't know what it was specifically called, but it was like some cream. So you can have a mix of like sweet and savory. It was such a brilliant experience. I was extremely grateful for Mustafa to, you know, do that for us, and that was probably one of the, you know, the best things about, you know, the Airbnb was the host himself. You know, I really did like him. I think he was great, even though he didn't speak any English. But yeah, seriously, I genuinely think the food there was some of the best food I've ever had. Full stop. But then again, you know, as time goes on, that might change. It might not. Who knows? But you know, as far as I'm aware, you know, Turkish food was just so good. I really, really enjoyed Turkish food. So for the time being, you know, unless I go back to Turkey again, I'm going to give that food a 5 out of 5. Like I said, the food there was just so good. I you know, it really clicked with me. Like every bite I had with the food, it was just so good. It's just, yeah, I was very happy. Very happy. I was a very happy lad. So yeah, 5 out of 5. Next thing to talk about was the activities. I didn't feel as if I did as much activities as I really should have. Like we did the island trip, which I thought wasn't too bad. You know, we went to the beach as well. That was actually a pretty decent beach. I really enjoyed the beach. You know, doing some walks around the town. That's really it. Really, you know, we didn't do much in the way of anything else. You know, we did do the trip. The Aspendos. I think that's what it's called, pronounced Aspendos and Side. But again, I felt that was a bit more on the cultural side, which I'll talk about in the next section. So yeah, when it comes to activities, we didn't really do much. Turkey isn't really known. I mean, there are a few things you can do, a few activities you can do. We saw a zip line that we could have done. We really didn't do much, but the activities we actually did were okay. But the boat trip, you know, a lot of my friends complained how cold it was because we went when it was windy. I would say that was, well, you know, we couldn't really do much. My birthday falls on the springtime, and you know, it's not that warm in the springtime. It did feel like UK weather. I'll just put it that way. It did feel like UK weather, which I guess, you know, wasn't too bad for me, but my friends didn't. You know, they were complaining. So yeah, that's something I probably will have to do a little bit differently. But you know, you can't change the weather. You can't make the weather go away. So I'm afraid that's just something we will just have to deal with. The activities we did, you know, they were good. You know, they weren't fantastic. They weren't some of the best activities I've ever done, but they were all right. Could I have done more? Yeah, I definitely could have done more. I really wish I went to the aquarium. I heard the Antalya aquarium was pretty good. Shopping, I guess I could count shopping as the activity. I think I did in the last video. You know, our shopping was all right. You know, there were some malls. There was also the markets, which, yeah, if you want your fake stuff. I mean, like I did buy a few fake things. You know, it's always good fun to do stuff like that and try and haggle your way into I really enjoy it. I don't mind it. A quick side note, in the activities, I've completely forgot to mention about the nightlife. The nightlife, it was good. When we were able to get into the nightclub, it was good. We went to a really highly, you know, it was like a quite highly rated, quite a big nightclub. The problem with the nightclubs in Antalya and in Turkey as a whole is that they want a mix of men and women in the club. So because they want a mix of men and women in the club, they don't allow single men to go into the club. You know, it was only me and one other friend. The other two didn't want to go clubbing, but we wanted to go to the club, and we were told by Mustafa, our Airbnb host, that we couldn't go into the club unless we went in through the special route, you know, bought VIP and all that kind of jazz. And you know, we ended up doing it, but flipping expensive. I'm just going to put it that way. It was super expensive. Would I do it again? No, God no. Did I regret it? Not really. But it's just one of them experiences. Got to give it a go, give it a crack. We went to a highly rated club, and it was pretty sick. And the people were also really awesome as well. We had a good chat with the people. And I don't know if you can see it. Got a little scar here, and that's and I got that, you know, from that club. I slipped. I went in the foam pit. You know, I wasn't too drunk, but I had a few glasses of whiskey and coke, and I was dancing, and I took a slide and I slipped, and I whacked my head on the floor, and I cut myself literally here, and I needed to go to the hospital and get stitches. Probably, you know, another big advice I could give you guys: get travel insurance. Get travel insurance. You have no idea what can happen to you when you're on holiday. You've absolutely no idea. So just being covered for that kind of stuff is just such a lifesaver. I would have easily paid about £1,000 if I didn't do that. if I didn't get travel insurance. So worth it, 100% worth it. But yeah, I thought I'd add that to the activities. My rating hasn't changed, but I just thought I'd put that in there. But yeah, overall, I have to give it 3 out of 5. You know, like I said, I didn't do that many activities whilst I was in Antalya. There's not really much to do when it comes to activities there, but you know, there are some things that I obviously missed out, and the activities we did, they were good. They weren't fantastic, but there were some of the top things to do in Antalya. I think another thing that I did miss as well was the cable car to go all the way up to one of the mountains. So yeah, you know, like I said, there were activities that I missed. Oh, the waterfall, the upper and lower waterfall, that was brilliant. I did enjoy the waterfall. I thought that was actually a pretty good experience, but again, like I said, it didn't completely go wow and blow me out of my mind. Like, oh my god, some of the best activities I've ever done have been here. You know, I felt like it was kind of on. I wouldn't say it was on. I think Qatar was a little bit better. You know, I don't want to compare too much between countries because obviously, like, you know, Turkey doesn't really have much desert compared to, you know, so each activity in different countries can be different. So yeah, I'll probably stop comparing Turkey to Qatar. They're two completely different countries. But in terms of the activities I've done, yeah, 3 out of 5. And that leads me to my next point, which is culture. I also like to put the sort of history as well. So like, you know, different parts of history that have been, you know, a part of the country. I also like to put that in the culture bit as well. So, you know, Aspendos, C-Day, and I forgot the other place, unfortunately. But those 3 were brilliant. I personally think that was probably the best part of the Antalya trip, in my opinion. I think I genuinely enjoyed that. We went to like a Greco-Roman theatre. It was one of the oldest and was probably one of the most well-preserved Greco-Roman amphitheatre. Sorry, it's not a theatre, it's an amphitheatre. But that was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. I'm a big history nerd. I like to look at different history and stuff like that. You know, Hadrian's Gate was also really interesting to see because that was like a gate that's been around since, you know, 1 AD. I think it was also, you know, something really close to the year 0, which I just always find that so like fascinating. I don't know why. I just do. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. But that was really it though when it came to, like, you know, I didn't really see much in terms of the actual like culture and things like that. I mean, we saw how, you know, how much they enjoy football. You know, they go absolutely ballistic when they see the football on, seriously, or like when their favourite teams are playing. You've got people out in the street beeping their cars and going mental. I've heard stories of them getting really violent when they play football as well, which can, you know, that can be quite intimidating. But I think that's the same in every place that has, you know, a really big sport that they really enjoy. I think unfortunately it's just one of them things that happens. But you know what? Even though we only did the one trip and, you know, we saw a little bit of the culture, a little bit of the history here and there, and, you know, like I said, in terms of culture, we didn't really dive too much into the culture, into Turkish, you know, the Turkish culture and vibe, which kind of, I mean, you know, I think with every trip you're going to have, you know, you're going to wish you've done something differently. But I felt like I felt like I was pretty happy with what I saw and what I sort of got to grips with when it comes to sort of the culture / history of the place. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. A good 4 out of 5. There's still so much more to do there. There's a lot more, like, especially along the Turkish Riviera. There's still a lot more places we could have went to, like, especially when it comes to like history and things like that. For the activities I did, and the, you know, the sort of the culture and the history that I experienced at the time, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. The price, you know. So I'll talk a little bit more about like how much I spent. Like I said, I don't give like an actual, you know, record of how much I've spent. You know, I can't be bothered to go all the way back and tally up how much I've spent, and, you know, do with my friends as well. It's just too much. It's just too much effort. But I can definitely give a rough estimate as to how much I've spent. We definitely did not spend as much here as we did in Qatar, and that's, you know, for obvious reasons. Qatar was just so much more expensive than Turkey anyway. But Antalya was a lot more expensive than I thought it'd be. A lot of people were saying, you know, Turkey is a really cheap country. You know, you're out of the euro, you're out of the, you know, you got your separate, you got their separate currency, which is doing, you know, not that great at the moment. You know, there are a few things that are going on, you know, in the country that obviously affect the price. Quite high inflation at the minute, which again will also drive the prices pretty high. And yeah, it just wasn't. It just, you know, you when people think of Turkey, especially when I felt of it, you know, when I first think of time I thought of Turkey, I thought, you know, cheap. That's what I felt. I felt it was quite a cheap country to go to, and I just didn't. It wasn't that, you know, it wasn't expensive as Qatar, but it wasn't as cheap as I would imagine it to be. You know, when you're going into it, you know, you least expect it. We got ripped off at the airport. We went and bought a SIM card, thinking, you know, the SIMs were actually not too bad. I think we paid like 40 quid for like a 5. I don't even know what gigabyte SIM it was, but it was horrific. It was horrific, the price. Yeah, I was not happy with that at all. And it's just, yeah. If the biggest advice I could give, if anyone's ever going to Antalya, Turkey, don't buy anything at the airport. It's just a stupid mistake. And like, you know, try and see if you can arrange your own transportation at the time. Don't go with the. I mean, you can try and haggle your way down if you want to, but if I were you, just stick to the taxis. Or if you can get, you know, if you can get transportation via your hotel provider, that would also probably be the best option as well. I wouldn't recommend going off and trying to do it your own way, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall, I think I spent roughly around £1,500 throughout the entire trip. Yeah, I think about £1,500 I spent on that trip. Not bad. I mean, I mean, some people might think that's too high. Some people might think that's too low. I mean, it is what people's budget is, and you know, I felt as if I got what I paid for, and I'm quite happy with it. Simple as that. You know, it was cheaper than Qatar, and I was expecting it to, as I was expecting it to be, and yeah. So that's everything really. Bear in mind, this is everything, absolutely everything. Transportation, food, stuff I bought, gifts I bought for my friends, activities I did, tips I gave, etc. Literally everything. The whole shebang, the whole trip that I did was roughly about £1,500. Very happy, and all my friends were quite happy too. Some people kept like a budget, and they put it on their card, and they just take their card with them, and then they just go, look, if it runs out, it runs out. I got no money, and that's it. And a lot of them just didn't run out. It didn't run out, so you know, they still got some money left, and they were quite happy with that. So yeah, I rate it very, very good. Another thing that I'm changing now, you know, last video Qatar I didn't mention this, but I'll mention it now, is value for money. So did I feel as if I got what I paid for? And I'll rate it out of 5. And there were some parts where I looked and I went, Jesus Christ, how much? And I just felt like really off about it. Like I don't know what, but it just really got to me. I just think, why did I spend so much money? You know, there were a few bits that caused me to kind of feel that way. So I'll give the value for money probably about a 3 out of 5. Like I mentioned, everyone thought, you know, Turkey is this place where you go that's really cheap, really affordable, and I just didn't feel that way. It really didn't. You know, especially in other places, you know, where you can get, you know, Qatar had cheaper food. Qatar definitely had cheaper food, and yeah, I just didn't feel as if I got that sort of that value as much. But it wasn't the worst experience I've had. But it's just there was some of the times where I just went, you've completely mugged me off there. So yeah, look, 3 out of 5. All right, this is gonna be an interesting one. Safety. Turkey is considered a relatively safe country. It's not like on par with quite a lot of the European countries, but it's actually a relatively safe country. One of the first things I do like to talk about, though, when I talk about safety in these reviews is no country can ever be guaranteed safe. Full stop. Okay, no matter what country you go to, it will never ever be guaranteed safe. Okay, but obviously there are some countries that have a much better safety rating than others. Turkey is relatively up there, I think. It's not terrible, it's not great, but it's not, you know, it's not in the middle. I'd say it's about middle to a good tier when it comes to safety. And you know, I experienced that when I was there. I think the biggest issue I had were beggars. We had one beggar, you know, come to us and ask for money while we were sat waiting at the bus stop, which was just annoying. You know, it's just one of them frustrating things. We've had people come up to us and try and sell us stuff. You know, I do try and claim this a little bit as like a safety thing, because you know it's the last thing you want. You know, you don't want to feel as if someone, you know, being intimidated into buying stuff. You know, getting pressured into doing something you don't want to do, and you know that does really affect. You know, that does affect it, unfortunately. You know, you just get that feeling of unease. You know, there's been, especially in the Antalya region, you know, they are known to rip people off, scam people. Charge a lot more than what people usually do. Okay, I did, you know, I'll talk more about price in the next part, but you know, there are times where I did feel as if I got a little bit mugged off. But in terms of like genuine, like, oh my god, I'm gonna fear for my life if I do this, it wasn't that bad at all. It wasn't that bad at all. Like I said, there were some parts which, you know, I was a little bit at unease. I remember when I got really drunk for my birthday and we were walking across the town. I mean, obviously I was with my friends, so it was a little bit, you know, calmer, but you know, I didn't feel much of an issue when it came to safety. But you know, there was, like I said, some bits of unease. So yeah, I mean, I'll give it a 4. I put it on my phone and I was going to give it a 3, but you know, looking back at it now, I don't. You know, there wasn't really anything that I was like, oh my god, like this is really worrying or anything like that. So, but like I said, occasional beggars, you know, people asking for money. That's all it is for Turkey, unfortunately. It's just because Antalya is one of the most visited one of the most visited cities in the whole world, right? So many people go to there. They're used to having so many tourists, and because you know tourists have money, you know, it does drive the price up. So, and also, you know, drives people asking for money up as well, which, yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. But yeah, look, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. You know, it is good. It's good. I'll just keep it like that. So overall, I mean, look, you know, like I said, I do rate Turkey. I think Turkey was a really awesome country to be in. I felt the people there were really awesome. I felt that the food I ate was super, super good. I felt that, you know, I felt like we had a really good time there. And I enjoyed Turkey. I enjoyed Antalya so much about the place. And yeah, I think overall, the rating I'd give it would definitely be about a 4 out of 5. And that's, bear in mind, this is for Antalya, Turkey. Like, this isn't for Turkey as a whole, but this is for Antalya, Turkey. And yeah, you know, it was just awesome. There were some awesome bits. There were also some bits, you know, some highs and lows, but it wasn't like, oh, great ending, a complete and utter mess. You know, it was kind of like this. You know, a little bit like that. You know, you got your little humps, but you know, they were easily overcome by quite a lot of good stuff that we did. And you know, like I said, the people there were awesome. Some of the tour guide we were with, that you know, tour guide was awesome. Our Airbnb host was awesome. The people I met on a night out were awesome. It was a great experience. It was a brilliant experience, and I do really recommend Turkey or Antalya, Turkey, to anybody who's considering it. So yeah, 4 out of 5. That's my overall vote. That's my overall rating, I should say. So a few more questions before I finish. First of all, would I go back to Antalya again? At this point in time, especially in my life, there are so many more countries I need to experience. There's so much more, you know, stuff I need to see before I can start thinking about going to different places again, and you know, having that luxury of just being like, yeah, we can visit another city again just because we missed a few bits and bobs. So I'm gonna say no. Not because I don't want to, not because I don't think that country sucks or anything, but just mainly because, you know, there's so much more to see around the world, and hell, even in Turkey as well. So I just don't feel as if I can spare the resources to just go, yeah, oh god, I missed the aquarium. Let's go all the way back to Antalya, Turkey just to do the aquarium. You get what I mean? So yeah, look, I loved it. I really enjoyed Antalya. I can't see myself going back there. I'm afraid. I really don't. Did you enjoy? Did I enjoy my time there? Another question. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, I wouldn't have given it a higher rating if I didn't. You know, I really did enjoy my time there. I just, yeah, there was nothing bad about it. And you know, there are some bit like I've said, it's just like a graph that's gone like this. You know, you got quite, you know, it's all been quite high, but there's also been a little bit of, oh god, what's going on here? You know, we've got the Airbnb. It was a really nice Airbnb. Power cut went off, which was a little bit frustrating, and then it came back up again. So we did some cool trips. You know, we did the boat trip, which was great, and then it got cold, and then we went to some nice other places, etc., etc. You get the what I'm trying to say. So yeah, did I enjoy my time there? I did, absolutely. And the last question that I've got here: would I go to Turkey again? Absolutely, absolutely. I really want to go see Istanbul. I want to go see Adana as well. You know, I really want to try an Adana kebab. I've heard they're super good. I've heard like places like maybe not Bodrum, but like what's the other one that's next to it? I'll leave it on the screen if I can find it. But there's certain places. I think it's Pamukkale. Oh mate, I'm gonna completely butcher this. I think it's Pamukkale. Yeah. Again, I'll leave that on the screen. But I want to go see that. There's so much. I want to actually go to the capital city as well. Remember, Istanbul's not the capital city. I think it's Ankara. I think that's what it's called. You know, there's so much of Turkey I want to see, and Turkey's so big, and it's so much going on in Turkey. I really want to see it. So yeah, absolutely. If Turkey is the same as it was when I went into Antalya, and it's the same in all the different places, I know I'm gonna have a nice time. So absolutely, I am definitely wanting to go Turkey again. But like I said, would I go back to Antalya again? Probably not. There's just so much of Turkey I really want to see. And that was it. Look, I would recommend it. I really would. If you're considering a holiday, if you're considering an all-inclusive holiday, and I think Antalya, Turkey has some of the cheapest options available. Well, probably not super cheap. I wouldn't say it's cheaper than like Spain, for instance, but you know, I think it does give you some good options. I do recommend it if you are giving Turkey a shot. I think Antalya was such a great experience, and yeah, I hope you guys get the chance to visit Antalya, because I think it was a brilliant trip, and you know, my friends will all have their own different opinions on it. There are definitely some things that I'm going to do later on and to change. I think one of the things we're definitely looking at is trying to manage our time a little better, because I don't know if you've probably seen it in the video, there are some days where you just completely did absolutely nothing, which, I mean, when you're on holiday you kind of want to do that, but at the same time there's also some, you know, you get that feeling like, look, you need to do something. You're on holiday, right? Like, you want to see it all. So yeah, I mean, I feel as if I enjoyed it. I feel as if I really did very well. I think I did better in this trip in terms of planning than I did in Qatar. But some people might disagree with that. You know, my friends might disagree with that. That's fine. But yeah, I felt like we had a good mix of stuff to do and rest. So happy days. But no, that's the end of the video. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. It really, you know, warms my heart to see people, you know, commenting and showing some love, especially my friends as well. I really appreciate my friends watching this. If you're watching this, thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, you know, all the obvious stuff. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button as well. Really means a lot to me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.